Dot School presents Squares and Cubes and Roots. Recall that when a number is represented in exponent form and when the power is 2, we call that a square. For example, 3 raised to the second power, which is nothing but 3 times 3, which is equal to 9, is also called 3 squared. Similarly, 5 raised to the second power, which is 5 times 5, that's equal to 25, is called, you guessed it right, 5 square. And when a number is raised to the third power, for example 2 raised to the third power, which is 2 times 2 times 2, which is equal to 8, is also called the cube of the number. So we call this 2 cubed. And in the same way, 10 raised to the third power, which is 10 times 10 times 10, which is 1000, is also called 10 cubed. And when you open up an exponent, let's say 7 raised to the second power or 7 square, you open it up in the sense, rewrite that as a 7 times 7 as a multiplication sentence. This is called the expanded form, or the expanded notation. And then let's also remember that the square root of a number, square root, denoted by this symbol. So if you have a number under the square root, for example, let's say you have square root of 81, is equal to 9. Square root of 81 is 9 because 9 multiplied with itself is 81. So if you take the square of 9, you get 81. Similarly, we have something called the cube root. For example, the cube root of 27, we write a small 3 here to indicate it's a cube root. If we do not see a number here, it indicates it's a square root. No need to write that 2. It's implied. If there's nothing, it's implied it's a square root. Okay, so back to cube root. The cube root of a number is that number that multiplies with itself 3 times to give you back this number. So the cube root of 27 is 3, not because we have a 3 over here, but because 3 multiplied with itself 3 times. If you think about 3 times 3, that's 9, and you get another 3 in the multiplication sentence, that gives you 9 times 3, which is 27. And therefore we say the cube root of 27 is 3. Similarly, the cube root of 64 is 4, because if you multiply 4 with itself 3 times, 4 times 4 is 16, and 16 times 4 is 64.